Hey Western Fronties, how you going? I'm just giving you guys a quick video because I'm not going to be there this weekend, but I wanted to give you guys a video and explain what I think of the workouts and of the competition and ways we can look at improving ourselves and giving ourselves the best chance of getting the best results. So I'm going to talk about the workouts that they've already posted and what we can look at doing that's going to help us with those. So the first workout was announced yesterday or the day before, and that is 12 minutes long, and it's on the minute. So you've got 12 minutes and you're going to be performing a ground to overhead lift every minute for 12 minutes, and that will be with a strongman axle or a strongman log. So these are two implements that we don't have in the gym, but the movement is ground to overhead. We know ground to overhead very well, we do it a lot. Also, there's ways around. There's ways we can look at giving you guys the best chance of working with this without having done it before. So, a couple of things. First of all, I've already worked with a couple of people this morning. The movement we can practice without actually touching the objects. So there's a few things we can look at. So I had a conversation with a few of the guys this morning. Whilst we don't have logs or axles, the mechanics of the movement can be practiced with other implements in the gym. So it's actually very, very similar to an Atlas stone to shoulder, which we have in the gym. And if you want to come in, we can work that. Or I can show you guys with a bench press, and I'll show you how to do that. So again, it's just an awkward object, and the movement and the way that we should be positioning our bodies can be performed with those implements. So if you want to come in, we'll talk about it. If you don't, however, just hear me out, we'll talk about it first of all. So you've got 12 minutes, you perform one lift every minute, and you must increment your weight every minute. So if you make a successful lift, you must increment your weight, and that has to be by at least 2.5 kilos. The score for the workout is for total load, so it's the combination of all your lifts, okay? So going by that, to get a good result, first of all, it is vital that we get all of our lifts. Okay, if we miss 2 or 3 lifts, particularly at the back end, that's going to cost you a lot. Okay, that's going to cost you a lot of weight. Some people are going to be stupid. They're going to try to go too heavy with this, and they're going to fail a lot of lifts. Okay, so be a little bit more conservative. It would be much better to be conservative and make sure that you guys are going to make every lift. Okay, so pick something that you know you can work. I would not be looking at going any more than 85 to 90% of your max ground to overhead, or something that you're comfortable with, something that you comfortably know will challenge you, because this is obviously a very different implement. Okay, it's very, very different. Whilst it's still a ground to overhead, it is different. It's going to shock the body a little bit. Make sure that you pick something that's a little bit less than what you'd usually use on a barbell. It's not as easy as a simple barbell. If you do that and you hit every lift, you're guaranteed to do quite well. So work out what your max is going to be, and I'd be working down in 2.5 kilo increments from there. So, for instance, we had Liz in this morning and we worked off 65 kilos, which is 90% of her max. So, if you guys want to work off something like that, go for it. Also, there'll be some time to practice in the warm-up area. So, and that's between 6:30 AM and 7:30 AM, but none during the rest of the day. So make sure that if you want to practice, get down there. Rachel worked at Iron Skull yesterday, one of the weightlifting gyms around the place, and she did a bit of log work, so she'll probably be there. So if you want to work with Rachel, maybe go down there and have a chat to her. But again, if you want to come in today, we can work on some stuff as well. You also need to put the barbell down every lift, so you have to control the bar to the floor. So think about that when you're lifting and with what weights you're choosing. If you drop it, it's going to be counted as a no lift and you won't get a second attempt. Again, that's white. That could be 60, 70 kilos or more, white from your score straight away. So please really consider that when you're deciding your weight. In terms of the lifting, I could go through some stuff. I'll probably send you guys some links from Rob Orlando, CrossFit Strongman, and but it's really all about violent hip explosion. Violent hip explosion is where it's going to be, and that's where the game's going to be won. People aren't going to be quite sure how to deal with this log. Again, come in, see me, or speak to Rachel, and we'll get you guys moving in the correct way. Okay? I'll send you guys some links so you can watch. That's WOD 1. So, again, vital things, just make sure that you get every lift. Pick a weight that you know is going to be challenging, will get you a good score, but pick every lift. Try to increment in weights of 2.5. That means you're going to start closer to your max. Okay, so every lift is going to increment by smaller, but you're going to stay close to your max, which means you're going to have a lot more weight over the course of 12 lifts. that's WOD 1. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Give me a call or an email, or come in and we'll speak about this other. WOD 3 was the other WOD that was announced. It's also 12 minutes. It's 4 stations, and the movements are pull-ups, sled drags, so reverse sled drags, box jumps, 24 inches for men, 20 inches for women, and burpees onto a plate. Now, there's 3 minutes per station, and the stations you have to work for 3 minutes for max reps at each station for a total score. Okay, if you're doing pull-ups without a band, you guys will get triple points. So you'll get 3 points for every pull-up. That leads me, the way to describe it leads me to believe that everything else will be worth 1 point. So 1 point for a box jump, 1 point for a burpee, 1 point for a sled drag, and the sled drag is 1 point per 10 meters. So immediately we can think of what's going to be the best situation for us, where we can utilize the most energy for the most points and where we can save energy. For me, straight away, looking at that on the page, the sled drag is going to give you the least amount of points. So I would be looking, if you're going to conserve energy anywhere, I'd be looking to conserve energy in the sled drag. Okay? Pull-ups. If you're good at pull-ups, go for as many as possible. If you get triple points for each pull-up, that's going to put your score up quite high. So really work those pull-ups in, but again, don't max out. So work sets that you know you're capable of. So you've got 3 minutes. If you do a set of 20 or 30 and that's going to max you out, you're going to be really rat shit for the next 2.5 minutes or so. Make sure you pick good, consistent sets. So for me, for example, as a idea, I'd probably go like 20 first up, then I'd go 10s for as long as I could with short rest in between, or even quick sets of 5, okay? That's what I'd be doing, because that means I can work and rest small amounts and keep doing that for 3 minutes. I know that if I did a set of 40 straight away, it's going to blow me out. I'm going to struggle to keep any sort of rhythm and keep moving, okay? So be smart with how you're going to break the pull-ups up. Sled drags. They're going to be a reverse sled drag, which means you're probably going to be facing the sled and pulling it backwards. Okay, they'll probably have some sort of strap or something like that you got to pull it with, or you'll just be pulling the sled itself. Either or, it's going to be quite difficult, and it's going to be probably offer the least amount of points. What I need you to do, and what I want you to do, is focus on falling backwards with the sled. Use your weight to let yourself pull backwards. So, as you hold onto the sled, drop backwards, and then let yourself carry the sled and just keep walking backwards. Like I was saying to the guys this morning, try and keep the sled moving as well. If you stop, it's going to be very hard and going to chew up a lot of energy. It's going to burn through the legs, particularly the posterior chain and even the quads, and then from there you've got to go to box jumps. So make sure you're a little bit more conservative with those. A lot of reps can be made up in the next 2 as well. So box jumps, burpees onto plate. For the box jumps, consistency is going to be rewarded. So someone that can work really well for 3 minutes, like the pull-ups, is going to get a high score. If you try and do 30 really quick ones and burn out, chances are that you're going to get a lower score. So if you can work for 3 minutes consistently, then we're going to be good. You guys did 2 minutes for max reps the other day, so you've got a bit of an idea as to what score you should be aiming for. Okay, so we did 2 minutes for max reps as a cash out. Make sure that you think about that and what you got for that. So be consistent, try and keep moving. And also make sure that you open your hips on the box if that's the stipulation. Make sure that every rep counts. Last one's the burpees onto plate. This is the last 3 minutes. What you can do here now is empty the tank. So the burpee onto plate, you've got 3 minutes. You can make up a lot of reps here. People are going to be tired, and because it's burpees, their mindset's going to be like, okay, this sucks. Make sure that you go for it in those 3 minutes. That's where you can make up a lot of reps on people, because they're going to be tired and over it. This is where you attack. Really hit the burpees hard. So in this 12-minute AMRAP, you've got pull-ups, box jumps, and burpees. They are the 3 that you want to hit with the most vigor. The sled drag, 1 point per 10 meters. If someone gets one more length than you, or 2 more lengths, I really wouldn't worry about it. Think about the effort it takes to do 2 more pull-ups or burpees or box jumps versus 20 meters worth of sled dragging. Okay, consider that. That doesn't mean you shouldn't rest there, but just take the foot off the accelerator a little bit. Now, that's the first 2 workouts. The last workout is WOD 2. They haven't announced that yet, but we can definitely assume it's going to be 12 minutes long. It's going to be 12 minutes like all the others to fit in with the time frames, just like they have at the other competitions. There's been stipulation around a swim. I personally don't think there's going to be one. Because with the way they've been running these events, obviously people have been doing different WODs at different times. They've only got the pool open for between 8 and 12, which means they'd have to get everyone through. So unless they're going to do it first with everyone, I don't think that they'll have it. In saying that, be ready for anything. So bring your swimmers, be ready. It also says that all the workouts will be performed inside the athletics track. So it kind of rings to me that there won't be a swim. But again, be ready for anything. Again, it's going to be 12 minutes long. We all know we can work for 12 minutes really, really hard. What I would be expecting is some sort of probably run, maybe, coupled with a body weight movement or a some sort of barbell movement. I think it's going to be a couplet, but I'm not too sure. That would be my guess, but I may be wrong. Again, I'm sure they'll announce that tomorrow, but just be ready for it. I'm sure you guys, we've prepared really well for everything else. All you can really assume is that it's going to be 12 minutes. If you guys have any questions or if you want help with anything, if you want any more ideas on strategy, then give me a call, give me an email, come into the gym this afternoon. Also, what I said to a couple of girls this morning, if you want some help, film yourself doing the log and axle cleans, send it to me in the morning between 6:30 and 7:30, and I'll call you guys and speak to you about how you can fix your technique. The rest of the stuff we've done all before. It's quite easy. I know you guys are going to smash it. Just go out there, have fun, work really hard, be honest with yourselves, and make sure that your reps are good. So if other people are doing shitty reps, don't let yourself fall into that trap. Work hard and work well. Okay, that's what's going to be rewarded in the end. Again, any questions, speak to me, and we'll go from there. Good luck, guys. Have fun. See ya.